This is something you don't see very often. I'm replacing the Spoilboard on my ShopBot. So this is the plenum that's machined into my table surface that is basically the vacuum channels that allow the vacuum to pull through the Spoilboard to pull down the material. So it's basically just a series of channels, grid. So each one of these sort of islands here support the Spoilboard. I machined off my old one a little while ago. It had gotten really thin, and unintuitively, the thinner it gets, the less hold it has. So I got a new piece of 3/4 inch true pan that's going on, and I milled the old one off flat. And tomorrow morning early, my buddy Robert will come by, and we will put glue all the way around the perimeter, just regular tight bond glue all the way around here, and a little glob on either one. You can see the runoff from the many other times we've done this. And then I've already milled one side of the new Spoilboard to take the shiny hard surface of it so it's more porous. We'll put that side down very carefully, drop it down onto here, put a piece of plastic on it to keep vacuum in, turn on the vacuum blowers, let it run till that glue completely sets, and then I will trim it to size. The true pan's always oversized. So I'll trim that to 96 by 48, and then I'll skim the top surface just to flatten it, and it'll be done. Almost everything I cut is full sheets of plywood, so this is, I have one big zone. And the black ones are the inlets, black hose fittings for the vacuum connection to the box. I have a kind of accumulator box down below with 2 of the Lighthouse motors. In one of the next episodes of the Stuart and Bill Show, we're going to talk about vacuum. Stuart's trying to decide what kind of vacuum system he wants to put on his ShopBot. I've had this one for a long time. It's worked well, but I have some ways that I would probably, changes I was going to make if I was going to do a whole new one. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And you can also see sort of the battle scars, the places where depth was set wrong. Maybe it was 1 inch instead of 0.1 inches. They're all along here. You'll never see them until you cut your Spoilboard off and see places you've cut all the way through the Spoilboard and into the plenum. But my table surface is 2 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. This table the grid pattern is milled into the top layer. The other layer is solid except for the holes drilled through for the connectors. And so tomorrow I'll have a brand new Spoilboard and be good to go to machine the next pile of ear savers or whatever else I'm doing machining. And this will be good for another probably 4 or 5 months. And then I will have milled it down and surfaced it down and chewed it up enough that I'll throw another sheet on and go again.